Today we're going to set an independent reading goal. Why do we have an independent reading goal? Well, independent reading is reading that you do outside of school. Sometimes you do it during school, but it's the kind of reading that you do that's not something that's assigned by the teacher. It's the kind of reading and it's the stories that you choose for yourself, what you want to read independently. So how can you successfully reach your independent reading goal? Well, that's fairly simple. You finish your book in 2 weeks or less, especially if you have a graphic novel, you want to finish that definitely in less than a week. So you finish your book in 2 weeks or less, you take the AR test on that book that you finished in 2 weeks or less, and then you turn it in and you find a new book that you can finish in, 2 weeks or less. That will equal success in meeting your independent goal. If you do that, I guarantee you will be a success in meeting your independent reading goal. Now, how do you find a book that you can finish in 2 weeks that actually you'll like? Well, the first thing is you have to take the time to look for a book that actually interests you. Because why? Your time is valuable. If reading isn't one of your favorite things, which, I don't know how that's possible, but hey, I understand. What I want you to do is choose a book with characters or a setting that you can relate to. If you have a book and you're like, you're not into science fiction, then don't get a science fiction book. All right. So choose a book with characters or setting that you can relate to. Again, if reading isn't one of your favorite things. Why? Because you can relate to that and you'll understand what's going on. Additionally, if you're not quite sure what kind of book you want, ask your friends what book they enjoyed, right? Our friends are valuable. Our friends know things, and they usually steer us in the right direction. So ask your friend what book they enjoyed. And as always, you can ask yours truly, also known as Mrs. Hilling. So please just let me know. I love to talk about, I love to talk about books. I love to help you find books. One of my favorite things to do is, we talk about, hey, what would we watch on Netflix? And then I try to find a book that matches that. So absolutely, I want to invest my time in you. I want for you to be a success. Now, once you find a book, the next step is divide the number of pages in the book by 10, right? So you found a book and it's 300 pages. Obviously, divided by 10 is 30 pages. If you believe that you can't finish that number of pages 5 nights a week, then, If you believe you can finish that number of pages, in this example, 30 pages a night, 5 nights a week, not every night of the week, obviously, 5 nights a week, then that book is a winner. If you're having a panic attack at the idea of 30 pages a night, well, then, you might want to rethink what you're doing. So again, if that number of pages isn't really what you can do, then you want to be a success. I want you to be a success. All right. So in that case, put the book back and look for another. Let's be honest. There are over 3,000 books in this library. The person who says, I can't find a book. Well, you know what? No, sorry. Try again. Okay. Let's be a success. Let's find something, okay, that will allow you to be successful and that you will enjoy or at least tolerate. Now, take your independent reading book with you everywhere that you go in the school. All right. You never know when you will have 5 minutes, 10 minutes in a class, wherever it is. Take your independent reading book everywhere. And for some of you who I love, that includes take it home. Are we tracking? Now, my last bit of advice on being a success with your book is post-it note the book. Like we said, you have, let's say, a book with 200 pages. You divide it by 10, that means 20 pages a night. Awesome. All right. Get post-it notes. They're free. I'll buy more. Post-it note your book. Put a post-it note every 20 pages. That way at night, what do you have to do? You just read to the post-it note and you can set it aside. Go play, go do your thing. All right. But post-it note your book. It works really, really well, especially for people, honestly, for anybody. I have 8th graders who ask me to post-it note their books, which is fine. If you don't want to do it yourself, I will. I will attempt to find the time to do it for you because it does work, I promise. So again, let's go over how you can be a success with your independent reading goal, which is a grade, obviously, and the vast majority of you know that. How are you a success? Well, you finish your book in 2 weeks or less. You take the AR test on that book. All right. You get 100%, 80, 90, 100, because you're awesome and you're brilliant and you're a success. And then you turn it in and you find what? A new book. All right. So this is, again, how you will be successful in meeting your independent reading goal. Now, we are going to, obviously it's a black screen, but we're going to go speed date a few books and then we will set our goals and we'll check out.